Outside a Montreal cathedral and inside, quite the scene this afternoon, Canada's political elite from all sides. Recent hockey royalty and, of course, old teammates, all braving the fearsome weather to pay their final respects to Jean Béliveau. Organizers called it a national funeral, fitting for a man who touched so many Canadians over such a long period of time. And no surprise then that so many fans wanted to be a part of it as well. Joanna Remiliotis has the details.
It was bitterly cold and utterly quiet. Hours before the service began, they waited.
It's respect towards him. He was such a great person.
How to capture that sentiment? On this day, the hushed crowds spoke volumes. And as teammates, dignitaries, politicians past and present streamed in, so did the tributes.
He was an individual who was great in his sport, but ultimately even greater than his sport. He's already part of the Hockey Hall of Fame, and now he's become part of the history of our country.
The send-off to Jean Béliveau was a send-off to an idol, a hockey hero who transcended the game. And as the cortege arrived, Béliveau was warmly embraced again.
I want to tell him personally, I know he's somewhere here, to Béliveau, thank you for everything you've done for us.
The applause would continue as Béliveau's casket, draped in the Habs' signature bleu, blanc, rouge, made its way inside. The service, steeped in formal ritual and personal decades-old stories. Those came from his teammates.
I will miss you, Jean.
Dickie Moore.
The man I always looked up to. I am only 5'10". God bless you, Jean. Your teammate and friend forever.
Le Gros Bill.
Serge Savard.
Marie ou Papa.
Jean was called Le Gros Bill, Big Jean, husband, or Papa, Savard said. But for us, he will always be the great Béliveau.
Le Grand Jean Béliveau.
Ken Dryden.
He said the right things and in the right way, in French and in English, because that's what he believed and that's how he was.
But perhaps the most poignant au revoir came from Yvan Cournoyer, who to the end called Béliveau mon capitaine.
Nous sentons un grand vide dans notre cœur.
We feel a great emptiness in our hearts, he said. We will never forget you.
Mon capitaine, bon voyage. Merci.
It was as elegant as it was emotional, this reverent farewell to a man and a legend. And it ended the way it began, with the same quiet respect icons seemed to command. Joanna Remiliotis, CBC News, Montreal.